May I have your attention, please?
Welcome to Real Gaijin, unveiling the real Japan, an American expat's inside look. Now it's time for another story from the Read My Lips series of podcasts. Looking outside in.
Japanese foodies gobble up a $1.3 million tuna for New Year's. Connoisseurs of high-end sushi in Tokyo literally bought the first catch of 2025 hook, line, and sinker.
What's new?
The first tuna auction of the year was held on January 5, 2025, at the world's largest fish market in Toyosu, Tokyo. The highest-priced Ichiban Maguro was a 276-kilogram, approximately 610-pound, Pacific bluefin tuna from Oma, Aomori Prefecture, which sold for 207 million yen, approximately $1.3 million, or 750,000 yen per kilogram, which equates to $2,160 per pound. This was the second highest price ever recorded since 1999.
Why it matters.
Ichiban Maguro is the first tuna to be sold at the annual New Year's auction at the Toyosu market in Tokyo. This highly anticipated event is a major media spectacle, with intense competition among buyers driving prices into the millions of yen. The auction symbolizes the start of the new year in the fishing industry and carries significant cultural significance, representing prosperity and good fortune for the winning bidder and the entire industry.
Go deeper.
A total of 1,284 tuna were lined up in the market, and when the bell rang to signal the start of the auction just after 5 a.m., the auctioneer's energetic shouts echoed throughout the market. The first tuna was purchased for the 5th year in a row by the fish wholesaler Yamayusa. It was then delivered to the conveyor belt sushi restaurant Kaiten Sushi Ginza Onodera Honten in Tokyo's Shibuya district, where the most expensive slices of the fatty belly of raw tuna, called toro, were sold as a pair of 2 pieces of sushi with rice for 1,160 yen, or $7.36, including tax.
What they're saying.
The guy who caught this year's first tuna was literally a son of a fisherman. It's like a dream. It's a little expensive, but I'm grateful if people enjoy eating it, said Captain Masahiro Takeuchi, a 73-year-old fisherman from Oma, Aomori, who caught this year's first tuna. It was indeed a lucky catch. I was originally the son of a fisherman, so I had some experience, but I didn't get into the business right away. After graduating from junior high school, I studied to be a carpenter. After that, I continued my education and started my own business when I was 35 years old, said Captain Takeuchi. Takeuchi has worked hard, and his construction company has grown to employ about 50 people. He says he started boating as a hobby when he was in his mid-40s. Although he modestly describes himself as an amateur, it turns out that Captain Takeuchi is, in fact, quite a fisherman. He caught the biggest tuna for Ichiban Maguro 3 years in a row from 2016 to 2018. It took him a while to get his mojo back, but this year he certainly landed a big one. The relatively high price for 2025 caught many by surprise. The 2025 price hike was due to the end of the global pandemic and the resulting increase in consumer spending, which strengthened consumers' purchasing power, said an official at the Tokyo Metropolitan Wholesale Fish Market Association. By the way, Captain Takeuchi is unlikely to pocket all of his earnings from the sale of this year's first tuna catch. Last year, he donated a substantial amount of money to charities such as the Noto Peninsula Earthquake Fund, which is associated with tuna fishing, in the hope of giving something back. Get this guy some extra wasabi.
Context.
prices tend to vary widely from year to year. The record from 5 years ago still stands. The highest price for the first tuna was 333.6 million yen, $2.1 million, in 2019. Higher price than last year. The first tuna only fetched 114.24 million yen, $725,000, in 2024.
Yes, but...
While tuna is the perennial favorite of most sushi palates, the lowly sea urchin or uni, considered a delicacy in Japan, stole the limelight this year. The first sea urchin from Hakodate in Hokkaido was sold just a few stalls away for a record-breaking 7 million yen, $44,400, per sheet, about 400 grams or 14.1 ounces. Earlier this week it was cut into bite-sized portions at a high-end sushi restaurant in Meguro, Tokyo, and reportedly went for 400,000 yen, $2,540 per piece.
Commentary.
Like many people, my favorite type of sushi is toro, or fatty tuna. Just the thought of this cut of premium tuna literally melting in your mouth makes my mouth water. While most sushi sold at conveyor belt, sushi chains is much cheaper. The price of 1,160 yen, or $7.36 for a pair of 2 pieces of this year's first tuna catch, would probably be worth it. However, the record-breaking price of this year's first sea urchin of 400,000 yen, $2,540, per piece, is completely beyond what is reasonable. It is absurd. There are literally plenty of other fish in the sea, and it is possible to find much cheaper sea urchins. In addition to eating sushi, if you have a chance while visiting Japan, try to see a Meguro Kaitai demonstration. The sushi chef or fishmonger will use extremely sharp knives, more like swords, to cut a huge tuna into bite-sized pieces. Although it takes a while to fillet such a large, precious fish so precisely, the result is well worth the wait, as you may have the chance to eat some of the freshest, most tasty sushi on the planet.
What's next?
This year's first catch calls into question the sustainability of Japan's seafood consumption. It appears that global warming is affecting Japan's fishing industry by causing fish populations to migrate to cooler waters, reducing fish abundance due to warmer water temperatures and lower oxygen levels, increasing the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, and contributing to ocean acidification. These factors lead to reduced catches, economic disruptions, and potential food security concerns for a nation heavily dependent on seafood. The industry is adapting through new fishing technologies, sustainable fishing practices, and livelihood diversification, but addressing climate change remains critical for long-term sustainability.
Thanks for watching and/or listening to another story from the Read My Lips series of podcasts on Real Gaijin. Tell us what you think and be sure to tune in again next time.